getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind New York Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind New York Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Glad to have you guys back in once again here tonight. Celtics playing the early window as the Celtics are at home looking to see if they can make it their third straight win in a row at the TD Garden tonight, capping off their 3-game home streak. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Celtics 45-23 overall. They're 23-10 on their home court. Number 2 in the Eastern Conference for Boston this season. 4 games behind Detroit and 1 game above the Knicks. Golden State comes into this matchup slipping as of late. The last 10 games, just 3-7 for the Warriors. 33-35. Overall, 14-20 on the road as they are struggling, hitting the injury bug at a tough point in the season with around 1 month remaining in the regular season. Golden State finds itself 9th in the West in the play-in at the moment. They're just a half game above Portland, who's in 10th. So Golden State just slipping back and in jeopardy and not making it to the playoffs. Steph Curry, he is out tonight for Golden State, alongside Moses Moody, Al Horford, Seth Curry, LJ Cryer. Season-ending injury for Jimmy Butler. Just tough season for the Warriors, hitting the injury bug right now at the worst stretch of the season. Celtics fully healthy besides Vucevic. Everybody ready to go. Nikola Vucevic still out due to injury. Going to be out for the next week and a half to 2 weeks or so. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown plus 53 on the court together since Jason Tatum's return earlier this month in the 5 games that JT and JB have played with one another. And in the last game, it was Jaylen Brown who carried his team to victory. 41 points by Jaylen on Monday night in the win over Phoenix. 19 for 21 at the free throw line. He was on attack mode all night long. Just an amazing battle between those two teams. Phoenix was going shot for shot against the Celtics, but the Celtics needed a win like that, doing it in the clutch. A 120-112 win over Phoenix at home on Monday. Tonight, Celtics hefty favorites, 12.5-point favorites. No Steph Curry tonight for Golden State. This should be a take-care-of-business game for the Celtics. They won by 11 against Washington on Saturday. Yeah, and the Celtics should win by much more than 11 in this game here tonight, because this Golden State team, I was looking at the players that they have available, and yikes, what in the world happened to Golden State this season? Hitting the injury bug at the worst time. They get Porzingis from the Hawks via a trade. Porzingis return game back to Boston for him tonight. It's only his 6th game as a Warrior tonight for Porzingis, but Porzingis getting the start. Al Horford, unfortunately, no return game for him tonight for Golden State, as he is out tonight for Big Al Horford. What's good, hockey? Welcome back in. JT Glazer to stream. Welcome aboard. James, glad to have you back in. And I posted up on the community tab. This is the first stream on a many for the next couple of days. Going to be focusing on the NCAA tournament. 2 streams I have planned for tomorrow. 2 streams I have planned for Friday for NCAA tournament games. Going to start off tomorrow, 11 versus 6, South Florida and Louisville at around the 1 p.m. window for tomorrow, and then the one at 7:25, BYU, Texas. That's another 6 versus 11 matchup. So hoping to cover 2 college streams tomorrow. Texas won the playing game yesterday. 1 second remaining. Tremont Mark, deep 2, buried the basket for Texas to win. They almost blew a 9-point lead with a minute 40 left against NC State. That was some horrific basketball in that playing game last night. There were constant turnovers, a bunch of missed layups, blown layups at the rim. That was not a good game between NC State and Texas last night. And Texas lucky to escape with a win because they couldn't even cleanly inbound the ball in the final minute. It was just some terrible basketball going on between those two teams in the play-in, and Texas will face BYU now in the opening rounds. What's good, Naja player? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. There you go. Jeffrey picking the Gators. Looks like they take it all for Florida. So Florida opens up their action on Friday against the play-in game winner. So play-in game winner going on right now between the Prairie View, A&M, and Lehigh. That's the 16 team play-in game. I don't know much about both of those teams, Prairie View or Lehigh. I would go with Lehigh, honestly. Prairie View is the 8 seed in their bracket. I'm looking at the score right now. Lehigh leads 23-18. So, yeah, I like Lehigh in that game. Lehigh representing the Patriot League. It was supposed to be Navy. Navy was like the front runner and the Patriot this year. And then BU for Boston University. They stunned Navy at the buzzer on a full court shot at the buzzer. And then Lehigh took on Boston University in the championship, and Lehigh beat BU. So Lehigh coming into this game tonight against Prairie View A&M, they are 8-1 in their last 9. Yeah, I like the hot hand in this game. I'm going down Lehigh's profile, seeing if there's anything worth of interest. That's not too bad. They only lost to Houston by 18. That's not terrible. I expect Houston to throttle Idaho by like 25, 30 plus. So, yeah, Lehigh didn't fare terribly against the Power 5 teams that they faced. They lost to West Virginia by 22, lost to Rutgers by 12, lost to Houston by 18. So it's not terrible. So it's not like they're losing by like 30, 40 plus points to Power 5 schools. Hey, what's good? Charles in the stream. Daniel, thanks for joining in. Andres, welcome back in. Yeah, I like the Canes in that matchup against Mizzou. Mizzou is a team that's been slipping back for them. Yeah, tough one for UMBC yesterday. I honestly thought UMBC would win that game. But yeah, congrats to Howard. Howard picked up their first ever win in the tournament last night. So there's one playing game going on right now. Lehigh leading Prairie View A&M. Miami, Ohio tipping off against SMU later tonight at 9:15. That should be interesting. I think SMU is going to win that game comfortably. In my opinion, they're 7.5-point favorites. I think SMU could potentially win that game by 20 plus points based on like the teams that both of those teams faced. SMU has some really good backcourt players too for them. So I think they're going to manhandle Miami, Ohio tonight. But, I mean, maybe Miami, Ohio will prove me wrong and prove why they won 31 total games this year for them. Hey, what's good, Ward? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in, bud. If you guys are new to the stream, going to tip off in around 5 minutes. Make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Celtics tonight. This should be a take care of business game for Boston. Golden State dealing with a lot of injuries right now. No Steph Curry tonight for Golden State. So Golden State's without Curry, both the Curry brothers, Steph and Seth, both not playing tonight. Al Horford, Moses Moody, Jimmy Butler. Yeah, so unfortunately no return game to Boston for Al Horford. Yeah, tough decision for Al Horford signing with Golden State in free agency. Man, that was clearly the wrong choice. It does not look like Golden State's going to be making the playoffs unless they get some sort of Steph Curry magic in the play-in. I don't know if they're going to be making the playoffs. Under 1 month left to go before the playoffs, and they're in jeopardy of being the 10 seed in the West. So right now, Golden State, number 9 in the West, a half game above Portland, who's in 10th. Well, one thing's for certain is that Golden State will be in the play-in. Most likely. They're 8.5 games back behind Minnesota, who's 6th in the West. And then, yeah, they're going to be like it's either an 8 or 9 or a 10 for Golden State. They're not going to be they're not going to be out of the play-in for them. Though Memphis is 9.5 games behind Golden State. So there's a big divide between number 10 and number 11 in the West. Basically, only team that's been eliminated so far is Sacramento from playoff contention, the worst team from the West. But eventually then it'll catch up to Utah and then Dallas, then the Pelicans, then the Grizzlies. So, yeah, there's a big divide between number 10 and number 11 in the West. Same in the East. Hornets and Bucks, big divide between 10 and 11. It's like a 6.5 game difference. Hey, keep your godmother in my prayers, Jeffrey. Sorry to hear that, man. Player of the year. I go with Cameron Boozer this year. Yeah, Cameron Boozer's been absolutely dominant this year. Hey, what's good? SGA Sports Talk, welcome in. Hope all is going well, man. That's right, it's like 4:10 p.m. Your time. We just had sunset hit, so sunset comes around like 6:50 where I am. So we had the sunset, so it's basically dark outside right now where I am on the East Coast. 7:11 p.m. at the moment. Tip off any minute from now. Celtics 2 straight wins in a row, taking care of Washington and then Phoenix. That was a terrific battle against Phoenix. Jaylen Brown going off for 41 in the victory for the Celtics on Monday. Now the Wednesday night midweek matchup, nationally TV in the first game of the night. Brandon Pajemski, DeAnthony Melton, Guy Santos, Draymond Green, and KP gets his return game in Boston, playing for Golden State tonight inside the starting five. Celtic starters: Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Sam Hauser, Jason Tatum, and Neemias Queta. Everybody fully healthy for the Celtics tonight, besides Nikola Vucevic out with a finger injury. Golden State injury bug hitting them right now in a big way, as they're without Steph Curry, Seth Curry, Al Horford, Moses Moody, LJ Cryer, and Jimmy Butler. Yeah, that was shocking last night. USA losing to Venezuela. Kristaps Porzingis back in Boston. Black jerseys, yellow numbers, yellow letters for Golden State tonight. Celtics going to uniform that I got behind me, the Jaylen Brown jersey, the green one, and the back green jerseys. White numbers, white letters for the Celtics today. Jaylen Brown, an absolute masterpiece. Going to the free throw line, attempting 21 free throws, burying 19 of those shots down at the charity stripe. Scoring 41 points in the win on Monday. Looking to keep it up today. Left to right on the floor for the Celtics, right to left for Golden State. Queta and Porzingis going up for the opening tip as we are underway. Golden State controls the opening tip. Right to left on the floor for the Warriors off the opening possession. DeAnthony Melton at the top of the key, slides it off to Porzingis. Lob goes to Green, bounce pass, backdoor cutter. Santos no good, missed the layup off the glass, tip to the far side. White saves it in the court of play as it goes to the Celtics off their opening possession. Queta, hand off White around the perimeter at the top with Hauser. Bounce pass finds Brown. Jaylen Brown, 30 seconds into action, fires the pass down low. Tatum soars up, gonna block Queta. A race to the rim by Porzingis off a swat. Here goes Golden State off the possession. Bounce pass down low. Green, dish, underneath. Porzingis stripped to the bounds. It will stay Golden State ball. The difference maker in the Celtics championship in 24. Didn't play throughout most of those playoffs that year, too, because he was injured. Came back and made a big-time appearance in the finals. Kristaps Porzingis, his return game for Golden State in Boston. Man, what a start for him, racing away the layup attempt by Queta. First free throw missed at the line by Porzingis, so Porzingis fouled. It was charged to Tatum, who picked up the personal foul. I don't think the Celtics were expecting that. But for Golden State, they're going to need a healthy Porzingis to play every single game down the stretch to make an impact like that. 7-3 erasing shots at the rim to start things off. Porzingis missed the second free throw, rolled around the rim and sailed out of bounds. So 0 for 2 on the opening trip at the free throw line. Hauser launches a three off the back rim, no good. Battle for the rebound, tipped off to Pajemski. Pajemski takes on the White. Opening minute of action. KP pops up straight away. It's a laser by Porzingis right down the cylinder. Celtics know the scouting report so much. They forgot to cover the 7'3" big man. Bad pass by Tatum, broke it up inside, gets stolen away by Golden State. Porzingis up the floor, takes on White. Got away with a push-off. Porzingis launches the three, missed off the rim. A rebound secured by Brown. Jaylen Brown at the top. Drives on Melton at the free throw circle. Backs his way up fake. Brown, a jumper, contested. 15-footer, connects on it. Celtics on the board. Jaylen Brown getting to his spot, number 5 in the NBA, averaging 28.4 points per game. Porzingis takes on Tatum. Former teammate goes wide off the dribble. Handoff Pajemski. Sends it off to the corner. Draymond Green, corner three, and he buries it. Celtics will live with that right there. Draymond Green, usually an inefficient perimeter shooter from the corners. Celtics left him wide open. That time proved the Celtics wrong. Right baseline dribble, Brown. Brown at the low block. Bounce past Queta. Queta, edge of the perimeter. Handoff, Brown. Dribbles up. Gets to his spot. Puts up the shot. Fouled. 2 free throws coming up at the line by Brown. It's on Guy Santos, who picks up the personal. Well, that's good. Salvador Chavez, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Just getting started tonight. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Yeah, Draymond Green, early corner three. First free throw goes down by Jaylen Brown. All 3 so far for JB. I love the aggressiveness recently for Jaylen Brown. Coming off a game where he went to the free throw line 10 plus times. Second free throw is good. No Steph Curry tonight. No Jimmy Butler for Golden State. Neither is Seth Curry playing, nor Moses Moody. Golden State with possession. Green, handoff, Pajemski. Pajemski on the outside finds Melton. Melton off the off fake. Takes the jumper. Around the rim and out. Tipped up. And long rebound controlled by White. Derek White takes up the floor. Shovel pass to Brown at the wing. Brown spin cycle. Drives him Pajemski. He'll see if he can get to his spot. Backs his way on Pajemski. Inside the key. A falling away. Tough shot deep 2. Off the rim short. To rebound secured by Santos. Up the floor, Melton. Bounce past Santos. Trailing to the hoop. Outside to the top. Porzingis. Bounce past the wing. Melton. Open 3 off the back heel. Too long. A rebound secured by White. Down by 2 for the Celtics. 3 minutes into action. Brown. Handoff Tatum. Tatum takes on Santos. 1-on-1 around the perimeter. Comes off the screen. Tatum. Wide open 3. Steps into it and drills it. Jason Tatum. Great side to see right there. Trifecta from the perimeter. 20 points per game he's averaging in his 5 games since his return for JT. No good. Skipped around the rim and out by Santos. Porzingis. Putback chance. Draws the shooting foul. 2 shots here coming up at the line by Porzingis. Second quick trip for him tonight at the free throw line. That's on Queta. His first personal. Beg my pardon. They're gonna inbound this one, so they say it's not on the shot stroke where the foul occurred. Backdoor cutter, layups there by Guy Santos. 1 point lead for Golden State. Tatum at the top of the key, weaves his way downhill to the cup, bounce pass, right corner. Hauser lays up a 3, connects on it. Big spark right there by Sam Hauser, drilling the corner triple. 2 point lead now for the Celtics. Brandon Pajemski. Kick out corner. Draymond Green again. Corner 3. Buries another one. Wow. Draymond Green responsible for more than half the points so far for Golden State. Jaylen Brown. At the wing. Handoff White. Turns the corner off the dribble drive. White. Runner. Inside the key. Drills the 2. Able to get the 12-footer right down for D. White. Guy Santos. At the low block. Moves it back outside. Pajemski. He tees up a 3 off the back rim. No good. Tipped off the mark by Queta. Tipped to the bounds. Last touch by Queta. Yeah, you don't see that too often. Draymond Green comes out, buries 2 corner 3s. It's That's what's kept Golden State right in the game right now. 4 for 5 from the perimeter by Draymond Green Tuesday last week in the overtime loss to Chicago. Other than that, he's been good for just like 1-3 in most of the games this month and last month. He had a 4-game 3. He made 4 threes against OKC back on March 7th. And then 4 threes against Chicago last Tuesday. Other than that, 1-3 each in the remaining parts of his games. Jason Tatum steps into another 3 and drills it. 4-point lead right now for the Celtics. Tatum, back-to-back 3s. He's got 6. Green, no good. Blew the layup. Rebound ripped away by Keita. Celtics with possession. Tatum gave it away, though. Bad pass. 2-on-2. At the top, Melton with a 3 straight away. Bullseye. Just 3 points there off the turnover. Jason Tatum, though, out to a great start. Keeps on being aggressive. No good in the 3 as it was halfway down, rattled out. Don't mind that right there. Aggressiveness looking solid so far for JT. No good in the quick jumper straight away for Golden State. Rebound goes to Tatum. Derek White, pass midcourt. 6.5 left to go in the opening quarter. Towards his right around the perimeter. Bounce pass, Brown. Cutting backdoor to the hoop, and he shoves it down with a 2-handed flush. Derek White, excellent dime off the bounce pass off to Jaylen Brown. Melton, his pass broken up, tipped up in the air off the backboard, ricocheted into the hands to Keita. Derek White, the one who was able to break it up. White, out the corner into the hands to Tatum. Up fake, drives him Porzingis. Tatum swings it cross court. Brown steps into a 3. Swash! Jaylen Brown, trifecta from downtown. Timeout taken on the floor by Steve Kerr. 6 minutes even in the opening quarter of action. Jaylen Brown, 5-zip run. Jason Tatum, beautiful dime off the cross-court feed. Able to find Brown, and Brown buries the tray. Celtics cooking from the perimeter to start off this game. 4 for 6 from downtown. Jason Tatum, 2 made 3s. Sam Hauser, Jaylen Brown with a 3 each. Celtics lead by 6 to the opening timeout. Man, Jay is popping off left and right with one another. Amazing start right now for the Celtics, and for Golden State. This is going to be tough to sustain. Draymond Green, 2 threes from the corner. It's going to be really difficult to sustain this. Melton with a 3. Porzingis started off the game with a 3. Guy Santos with 2. Wow, this is just a bad bench that Golden State has. Looking at some of these names down the bench, yikes, they are severely injured. I did not expect their bench to be like this bad. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe to the opening timeout tonight. This is who they have available off the bench for Golden State. Gary Payton II, Pat Spencer, Omar Yurtseven, Quinton Post, Nate Williams, LJ Cryer, Will Richard, Malevi Lyons. Yikes. Just simply not a good bench. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. All those guys they just named were bench guys for Golden State. So Gary Payton II, Pat Spencer, both of those guys have played 2 minutes off the bench for Golden State. After that, they have a bench of Omar Yurtseven, Quinton Post, Nate Williams, LJ Cryer, Will Richard, Malevi Lyons. Like, a lot of those guys are, like, recently new players within this decade from college. Final day today for, before the brackets close tomorrow, but final full day today for Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge. If you guys would like to join in on the ESPN Tournament Challenge for March Madness. Brackets lock right before the games at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Missed three by Melton for Golden State coming back from the timeout. Celtics with possession. First time of the court for Peyton Pritchard tonight. Peyton Pritchard cross court finds Tatum. Tatum 2 threes looking to make it a third. He's got it. Jason Tatum right down the shoot delivers. The struggle for Tatum coming back from injury was his efficiency. He had a tough time knocking down shots from the perimeter. Right now, he is cooking. Third main three in the opening quarter by Tatum. Spencer, too long on an easy bunny. Rebound gets tipped over to Hauser. Jaylen Brown up the floor. Brown dribbles inside the paint, swings it out to the corner. Pritchard bobbled it, turned it over. Tatum, Pritchard, Hauser, Brown, Keita. That's the five of the court currently for the Celtics. Edith, what's good? Welcome back in. Quick channel update. I'll be live tomorrow with 2 streams and then Friday with 2 streams. All those games for Thursday and Friday, though, will be March Madness games, so I will not be covering the Celtics game against the Grizzlies on Friday because March Madness is going on. They plan on covering UCLA against UCF at that time. But tomorrow, hoping to be back live for Louisville, South Florida at around just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow for the first round action. Jaylen Brown connects in the 2, getting into the mid-range. Double-digit lead right now for the Celtics. Celtics a 12.5-point favor going into tonight's matchup. Spencer, another jumper missed short. Rebound secured by Tatum. Jason Tatum, man in the match so far. 4 rebounds, 9 points, 3 for 3 from the perimeter. Step back 3, no good off the back rim. Tipped over to Gary Payton in the second for the defensive rebound. Green up the floor for Golden State. Baylor Sharman, first time in the court for him tonight as he defends DeAnthony Melton. Melton straightaway dribble drive on Sharman. Runner inside the paint, contested by Keita. Tipped around, loose ball rebound, secure by Melton. Pat Spencer buries a 3 at the wing for Golden State. Under 4 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. Celtics with possession. Jaylen Brown. Cross court into the hands to Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard. Bounce pass. Drops it down low off to Keita. Backs his way inside the low post. Keita off the pivot. Keita working on quitted post. Keita. No good off the rim. Short rebound secured by Golden State. Up the floor for the Warriors. Draymond Green. Swings it outside to the wing. Spencer. Dribbles up inside the key. Outside to post. Post. Pops up at a 3 off the back heel. No good. A rebound secured by Sharman. Quinton Post used to play college hoops for Boston College. Jaylen Brown, attack mode to the rim, as soars up and scores the easy 2. Man, Jaylen Brown just too good. 13 points out of the 27 coming through Brown. Payton out to the corner. Green floats it down low. Underneath with GP2. Gets moved back outside to Spencer. Spencer takes on Pritchard. Pat Spencer for the shot clock. Gonna have to launch. He does at the elbow. In and out. Shoved off the glass. Back in. Flying home right there with a 2-handed putback with Gary Payton in the second. Peyton Pritchard moves on top to Keita. Keita fires a bullet. Tatum inside, kick out, corner. Sharman missed the 3. Offensive rebound back to Brown. On top, Pritchard pulls up deep from the parking lot and drills it. Peyton Pritchard, an absolute laser from the top of the Great Blue Hills in a 28-footer. 11-point lead for the Celtics. Gary Payton the second, a 3 missed off the back rim. And Golden State, they're already down by 11. Gonna have to hang in this game to make threes and just been inefficient so far tonight. Brown, Keita, into the hands to Tatum. Tatum with 3 made threes. Tatum, a dribble drive, right down the lane inside, no good. Tipped off the glass by Keita. Rebound, secure by Post. 11-point game. Draymond Green burst the speed up the floor. No good, missed the layup. Followed through is there by GP2 and Joe Mazzulla will take the first time out in the night for the Celtics. 1:47 left to go in the opening quarter. Gary Payton II is saving Golden State. 2 putback baskets by GP2. 4 points in 6 minutes. Those 4 points really critical because we're looking at a blowout, a 30-17 game if he doesn't score those 2 putback buckets. Celtics up by 9, 30-21 right now to the timeout. The Celtics on point tonight. Jaylen Brown setting the tone and coming out strong in this game. Jason Tatum knocking out shots from 3. And that's what makes the Celtics so dangerous, is that the Celtics were winning these games when Tatum came back. And Tatum had been struggling with efficiency. Look at Tatum tonight, 3 for 5 from 3-point range. He is getting his 3-point shot going. And looks like he's found his stroke once again for JT. So yeah, the whole league is in trouble if Jason Tatum is shooting the basketball like this. Jason Tatum tied for the second most threes right now, the single game this season. He went 3 for 8 in his return game against Dallas, season high. 4 made threes against San Antonio, but that was on 14 attempted threes. He went just 4 for 14 against the Spurs from 3. Tonight, 3 for 5. On track for his best efficiency game of the season from the perimeter. Yeah, Celtics do so well spacing the floor that Peyton Pritchard fits in just so perfectly in their system. Yeah, Jaylen Brown will move inside the top 10. So, Jaylen Brown came into this game 13,170 career points. So, he's got 13,183. So, 5 points shy of JoJo White for a tie for 11th. And then he is 10 points from surpassing Dave Cowens for number 10 on the all-time list. Tatum at 13,884 coming into tonight's game, number 9 in Celtics history. Bill Russell ranks 8th, Sam Jones 7th, Bob Cousy 6th, Kevin McHale 5th, Robert Parrish 4th, Larry Bird 3rd, Paul Pierce 2nd, and John Havlicek with over 26,000 points, the franchise leader. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown scored or assisted on all 30 points tonight for the Celtics. Celtics with the basketball. Pritchard on the floor alongside Brown, Gonzalez, Garza, and Sharman. Jaylen Brown backs his way in. Podziemski drives inside the key. Brown right to the rim, scores 2 more up and off the backboard. Jaylen Brown up to 15 in the opening quarter. Just making it look so easy out on the court. Guy Santos on the floor alongside Podziemski as we have a 3 taken at the wing. No good, off the mark there by Santos. Rebound secure by Brown. Quinton Post also on the court. Jaylen Brown working on Podziemski. Turnaround jumper. Deep 2. A swoosh. Jaylen Brown right to his spots. Started off this game. Unstoppable for JB. Making a big time case for MVP. Podziemski in the corner. Gets floated back on top into the hands of Podziemski. Fires it off left corner post. Left baseline dribble. Drives on Garza. Puts it up and through. Right over Garza. Good for 2. Man, Jaylen Brown just so good. Started off this game. Pritchard off the back rim. Misfired on the 3. Battle for the rebound. And An over-the-back violation charged to Garza on the foul. What's good, Ice Ice Baby? Welcome back in. Hope all is going well. Great start tonight for the Celtics here. Golden State down by 11, opening quarter of action. Guy Santos towards his left off the dribble, takes on the triple team, moves it off to post. Outside on the three-point shot straight away, misfired off the back rim by Will Richard. The rebound goes to Pritchard. Will Richard, national champion for Florida last season. Jaylen Brown at the wing. 3 seconds left to go. Brown dribbles up a jumper. 15-footer connects on it. What can Brown do for you right before the buzzer? Able to bury the two. Full court shot by Golden State. Sails over the top of the backboard. And Jaylen Brown putting on an absolute clinic right now. 8 for 9 from the floor. 19 points in the opening quarter by Jaylen Brown. Getting to his spots right from the get-go in this game. Too good right now for Jaylen Brown through the opening quarter of action. Man, you could not ask for a better start for Boston. Jason Tatum nailing threes. Jaylen Brown playing like an MVP. 19 points in 12 minutes by Brown on extreme efficiency, a plus 13 in the court. Jason Tatum, 9 points in 10 minutes. 3 points by Hauser, 3 points by Pritchard, 2 by White. Just an absolute show of a game so far. JB and JT scoring or assisting on all 36 points in the opening quarter. Tatum with 2 assists, 9 points. Brown with 19 points, 2 assists. Just incredible. Absolutely incredible start for the Celtics tonight. What's good? We got Vegas in the stream. Welcome back in, bud. If you're just joining in right now, Jaylen Brown has 19 points in 12 minutes. He is 8 for 9 from the floor. And Jaylen Brown is... Oh, he's got it. Or no, he doesn't have it yet. He moved into 11th. So Jaylen Brown moved into 11th all-time in the Celtics all-time scoring list. 13,189 career points all-time in Boston. So he needs just 4 more points. Once he reaches 23, he'll rank inside the top 10 in franchise history in most points as a Celtic. Dave Cowan's 13,192 points, currently 10th all-time. Jaylen Brown just 3 points shy, tying him 4 points away from moving inside the top 10. Yeah, definitely. What Jaylen Brown has done this year on the MVP case. Like, this Celtics team was thought to have a gap year at the start of the season. He comes out, averages 29 points per game throughout most of this year, now averaging above 28. Yeah, Jaylen Brown needs some more love. SGA, front-runner odds for MVP. Then Jokic and Wemby tied for second. Cade Cunningham is ahead of Jaylen Brown. So is Luka Doncic. So Jaylen Brown right now, number 6 in the MVP odds. Ahead of Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Edwards, Kawhi, and Jalen Brunson. In my opinion, I honestly would have it between Jaylen Brown and Wemby right now. Based on season success, I think everybody knew that the Thunder were going to be this good. And Denver slipped back to number 5 in the West. Luka, big time as a scorer. Number 3 for the Lakers in the West. Starting off the second quarter of action. Lob goes to Porzingis. He takes on the double team. Gets it away to Draymond Green underneath, who scores up and in off the glass. Derek White on the floor alongside Garza, Pritchard, Ron Harper Jr., Baylor, Sharman, White lost it off the dribble, stole it away, and leads to an easy 2 off the fast break by Guy Santos. Yeah, I would say so for Jaylen Brown to be Hall of Fame trajectory. NBA Finals MVP for Jaylen Brown. If it was like, if you talk to other people outside of the region or so that's not Boston fans, they would probably disagree because he's a player that's like an under-the-radar type of player compared to other guys out there in the league. Swoosh, it's good on the 3. Luka Garza buries the triple. Luka Garza is always good off the bench to nail a couple threes down per game, and just kept his opponents keep on leaving him wide open. Keeps on popping up at the top, and a lot of teams don't know how to stop that off the pick and pop for Garza. Porzingis at the elbow takes on the Ron Harper Jr. Bounce pass goes to the low block. Draymond Green had it deflected away by Garza in a steal by the Celtics with Ron Harper Jr. Pritchard at the wing, defended by Santos, 1-on-1. Pritchard dribbles up inside the key, circles around, a bounce pass in the corner. Sharman attacks inside the paint, bounce pass, Pritchard, backdoor, no good, blew the layup. That would have been sensational there if Pritchard made that backdoor layup. Porzingis on the outside towards his left, bounce pass, Pajemski, no good, was fouled though. And 2 shots coming up at the free throw line for Pajemski. It's Ron Harper Jr. who picks up the personal. Yeah, definitely an underrated player for Jaylen Brown. Under the radar type guy that when you look around throughout the league and try to see like who the top players are, he always goes just under the radar because he's been shadowed by Tatum his whole career, and now he had a chance to break out. This was his team this year. Look what Jaylen Brown did this season with the majority of the season without Tatum, for 50-plus games without Tatum, takes his team to a second-place spot in the Eastern Conference, averages over 28 points per game, 5th in the league in scoring. I think the case needs to be there that Jaylen Brown gets MVP this season. Pritchard missed the 3 around the rim and out. Like, everybody knew going into the season that OKC was going to be, like, at the top of the West, and that Denver was going to have a solid season as well. Ron Harper Jr. up the floor with a steal, tries to take it coast to coast, missed the layup. Rebound went to Porzingis as Guy Santos got knocked down, followed by Garza off the over the back. Yeah, before the season started, everybody was talking about the Celtics getting a pick, the Celtics with a gap year, and then the Celtics started off at 0-3, and it's only 3 games so far, but people thought that the Celtics should just go into the top 10 and get a pick in the lottery. Well, right now, competing for a championship, and Jaylen Brown leading his team that way, 5th in the league in scoring. Draymond Green, 2 threes, couldn't get a third, bricked it too long off the back rim, a loose ball. Foul charge to White. He's going to stop the clock with 9:15. Quick check-in on that play-in game for the 16 seeds. Lehigh up at a half over Prairie View A&M 29-27. Guy Santos, inbound goes to Draymond Green. Green, handoff. Outside with a catch-and-fire 3. Pajemski off the back rim, no good. Harper Jr. controls the defensive rebound. Peyton Pritchard slows it down. Cross-court, receives it for White. Pritchard takes on Santos. Off the screen set by Garza. Pritchard dribbles up, defended by his former teammate Porzingis. Bounce pass corner. Hauser outside Pritchard. Pritchard drives, kick out to the wing. Ron Harper Jr., no good in a 3. A battle for the rebound, deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Golden State. The brackets. It should say, so once the brackets are locked, it will say everybody's teams. So I have no clue. Would everybody else who filled out a bracket, I have no clue. I can't see what teams they pick until after the deadline for the brackets lock. So once 12:16 p.m. comes on Thursday, and once the brackets are locked and the games finally begin, then I'll be able to see who picked who. But when you fill the bracket, you can only see your team. You can't see anybody else's team until the start of the actual tournament games, and then everybody's teams come up in the bracket. Offensive rebound with the Celtics. Pritchard will try again on a three, and he drills it. It's a laser from the perimeter by Peyton Pritchard. 3 second chance points there for the Celtics. 8 for 16 from downtown. As a team, Golden State really struggling. 5 for 19 right now from 3. Pajemski straight away off the back rim as they're tossing up boulders here, Carly. Jaylen Brown, a defensive rebound. 8 minutes left to go before halftime. Brown, White, Pritchard, Kada, Hauser to 5 of the court. Peyton Pritchard dribbles up inside the key. Pritchard up fake outside Brown. Brown top of the free throw circle. He's going to slow it down. The 5 of the shot clock. Jaylen Brown, a step back jumper, deep 2, rounded out to rebound secure by Post. That almost went down there for Jaylen Brown. That was really close. Draymond Green. Out to Pajemski, Post, and reach and foul in through traffic charged on Boston. Believe that's on Hauser. It's going to stop the clock with 7:32. Inbound for Golden State, 13-point game. It seems like it's a lot more than 13. Santos on top into the hands to Pajemski to the corner. Hand off Pajemski once again. Inside to keep Pajemski, floats up the shot, draws the contact and the foul. So 2 shots here coming up with a free throw line by Brandon Pajemski. First shot, that is good. If you're new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and also if you're big college basketball fans, tonight is the last full day to fill out your brackets. You also have tomorrow all the way up till 12:15 p.m. Eastern time where the brackets lock before the round of 64 games, which begins tomorrow at 12:15 p.m. Eastern time. Second free throw is missed. They get the rebound back, and they get the putback with a GP2 underneath. 10-point game. White lobs it off to Brown. Jaylen Brown, an absolute masterpiece so far. He has 19 points in 14 minutes. And down low, the basket's good by Derek White. Melton on the court with GP2, a Quinton Post, Brandon Pajemski. Number 33 with Malevi Lyons. Gary Payton II towards his right off the dribble, handoff to a 3 straight away. No good off the back rim. Offensive rebound control by Post. They'll try again, but gets whistled on the offensive foul. A turnover charge to Golden State. Celtics cooking right now. $12-point lead for the Celtics, and a timeout here taken on the court. Good start tonight, on the verge of taking care of business. Yeah, Derek White up to 4. Only 2 shot attempts, able to bury them both. That 16 seed playing game's back in the second half. Prairie View A&M leads Lehigh 31-30 in the first 4. And then the other game tonight's Miami, Ohio against SMU. That game last night, that was rough to watch between Texas and NC State, but what an ending. Holy smokes, what an ending last night. Tremont Mark hit the game-winning shot with a second left to go. Sent Texas to the round of 64. Yeah, that was a weird game last night. Texas smashed NC State in the glass. Texas has Kendall Weaver on their team. He had a career high in rebounds last night. 6'4" guard that NC State could not contain on the glass. Thunder up against the Nets 11-4. Blazers lead the Pacers 17-12. Golden State in trouble. They're in trouble of falling back to the number 10 spot in the West. Half game above Portland. Also, feel free to join in tomorrow. I'm going to have some rare daytime basketball tomorrow on the channel. I took tomorrow and Friday off from work, so I'm going to have a tournament game during the day on Thursday and Friday. So I've decided to stream South Florida against Louisville tomorrow at 1:30, and then hoping to cover Texas against BYU tomorrow night at 7:25. Yeah, that Selection Sunday stream, that stream was insane. Got so many people in there. I think like 30,000 plus views. Jaylen Brown out in the pool. They're over on ESPN. They're showing swimming clips of Jaylen Brown. Wonder where that was taken. If that was taken in the Z Center pool at MIT. I've been there. I used to do broadcasts for the water polo team for MIT, and then I moved up. I started with them, and then I moved up to Brown. Runner inside the key is good by Garza. The Celtics might have got away with a travel there by Brown, but either way, Jaylen Brown records this his 14-point lead for the Celtics. I heard Vucevic out to the end of March, so won't be back until like the end of March, early April. Ball got poked loose inside. Brown collects the steal. Up the floor, Jaylen Brown gets past Santos off the dribble. Lob down low. Garza, no good in the first one. Second chance, no good. Bobbled around, saves his own rebound, flings it up in the air. And GP2 with it. They got numbers. 4-on-2 up the floor. Backdoor layup is good by Guy Santos. Down to 5:40 left to play before halftime. 12-point lead for the Celtics. Brown on the court with Tatum, White, Pritchard, and Garza. And Golden State picks up the reach and foul charge to Melton. Celtics get the inbound. Garza moves it off to White at the top of the key. Derek White dribbles up, drives inside, leaning forward, no good off the mark, bumped into and fouled. 2 shots here coming up at the free throw line for Derek White. Already 11 points off the bench for the Celtics. 11 points as well off the bench for Golden State. A lot of these guys for Golden State are younger players in the first few seasons or first season in the NBA. First shot's good by White. Tatum got the start tonight. Looked good early on for Tatum. Started off a perfect 3 for 3 from 3. 9 points, 11 minutes for Tatum, 3 for 5 from the perimeter, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Second free throw by White, and that is good. Derek White, efficient start today, only attempting 2 shots, but 6 points, 2 for 2, 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Melton, handoff, GP2 on top. Post, Santos, handoff, Lions, number 33 on the floor for Golden State. Post, handoff to Melton, 14-footer off the back rim, no good. Tipped off the mark. Rebound secured by Garza. Celtics with possession. Pass midcourt for Jaylen Brown. Jaylen gets right past GP2 off the dribble, puts one up, draws the contact, draws the foul. 2 shots here coming up at the line for JB. 19 points by Jaylen Brown in 15 minutes. He had 19 points in the first 12 minutes on the floor. Jaylen Brown, number 11 all-time in Celtics history in all-time scoring. 13,189 points. Makes the first free throw. 13,190 career points as a Celtic. He is now 2 points shy from a tie for 10th in program history. 3 points shy from ranking in sole position of 10th all-time for Jaylen Brown. Second free throw. Right down the middle. 21 for Jaylen Brown. Next field goal he makes from the floor, he will rank all-time at 10th in Celtics history. 16-point lead for the Celtics. Pat Spencer dribbles up to the elbow. Floats it cross court. Off the jab step, they will take it inside. No good. That was wild off the mark by Lyons. Up the floor. Here goes Jaylen Brown. Attack mode to the rim. No good. Missed the layup. Oh, he got fouled. 2 free throws here coming up at the line for Jaylen Brown. So 13,191. If he buries both of these free throws, he will rank in 10th all-time in Celtics history in points. First free throw by Brown, and that bounces in. So he is now in a tie for 10th all-time in most career points by a player in franchise history. Jaylen Brown to move up to the number 10 spot in sole position. Got it. That's the bounce for Jaylen Brown, and it's an 18-point lead for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown, big time today. He's got himself 23 in 16 minutes of action. Handoff to the wing, Spencer. Left baseline dribble, takes on Pritchard and Garza. Floats it off to the corner. Corner 3, GP2, around the rim and out to bat it out of bounds off post. This game's slipping away from Golden State. Man, this looks so like a regular season game. ESPN just put that graphic up. 13,893 points by Jason Tatum. 13,193 points by Jaylen Brown. Tatum is in 9th place all-time. Brown has moved up to number 10 all-time. White around the perimeter into the hands of Brown. 23 in the opening half for JB. White rise and fire on a 3. Left it short. Tip to Tatum for the offensive rebound. Into the hands of Pritchard. Tatum calls for it in the corner. Pritchard, right baseline dribble. Inside, underneath, works his way. Missed off the glass offensive rebound. Garza got it to go with a putback. Good for 2. 20-point lead for the Celtics. Under 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Total domination tonight for Boston. And Guy Santos scores the layup in the foul. Can a boat score 216? I got 54-36 with under 4 left to go. Ooh. I'm probably leaning under that. Celtics defense has been clutch this year. Yeah, I'm probably going to lean under. Right now, Golden State's having a tough time making shots. Like, they're out in full-out desperation mode, and they're breaking threes. They're 5 for 22 in this game from 3. Best of luck there. If you did bet the over, best of luck there. Well, Golden State taking up the floor this time off the steal. Blocked from behind. Draymond Green, his pass swatted away, stolen by Garza. Yeah, I think it's going to be tough, honestly, to get the over tonight. Celtics defense imposing their will on Golden State. Brown, step back three in the air off the back rim, no good. A rebound secured by Spencer. Couple misses recently. That definitely does not support the over. Draymond Green, hand off Spencer. Spencer working on Hauser. Follow a jumper. Deep two. Connects on it. Wow, 3 overtimes. Yeah, would take a while. Celtics are clamping out Golden State. Garza pops up on the 3 straight away off the back rim. No good. A rebound secured by Santos. The Celtics also play the slowest tempo out of all teams in the NBA. Pat Spencer steps into an open 3, bullseye, as he rips it down the cylinder. Well, there's a 5-zip run by Pat Spencer. Up to 8 points now. Perfect 2 for 2 from the perimeter. Celtics slow it down. Derek White dribbles up to the elbow. Now inside the key. Floats up the shot. Off the back rim. Drops in. Efficient tonight for Derek White. 8 points. 3 for 4 from the floor. 4 rebounds right now for White in the opening half. Green. In and out. Spencer. Santos. Got it. Basket's good from point-blank range. It's probably the best possession all game long. Great ball movement there by Golden State. Brown on top to Garza. Up fake at the top of the key. Towards his right off the dribble. Hand off Hauser. Into the hands to Brown. Approaching the 2-minute mark left to go before halftime. Brown lost it off the dribble. No call by the referees. Golden State up the floor. 3-on-2. Porzingis. Wild missed the shot attempt off the glass. Tatum controls the defensive rebound. And Porzingis. Bad foul picked up from behind. Just reaching in defending Tatum. Timeout on the floor. 1:54 left to go before halftime. Celtics up by 12, 56-44. Yeah, that was not a smart foul there by Porzingis. Tatum clearly came down with a rebound. Porzingis in the backcourt just reaches in from behind. Porzingis tonight just 3 points in 11 minutes. Picks up his first foul. Has 2 blocks. He had 2 blocks off the opening possession. Things looked incredibly well for Golden State in the first 30 seconds. They come out stuffing Tatum and Kata at the rim twice in a row with Porzingis. And that was it that Golden State had. They were going back and forth a little bit for like the first couple possessions. Then after that, Celtics build up a run. And now the Celtics keep on controlling that double-digit lead. I don't know if any of you guys watched the play-in game yesterday, NC State against Texas. Holy moly. So, the announcer for yesterday's game, he completely lost his voice. Like, he was sick. He was only broadcasting for like 15% or like 15-20% of the game. They were working in a 3-man crew yesterday, so basically it was Charles Barkley and Dick Vitale, the other like 75-80%, like going off one another. Like they were having their own podcast. Like the 2 teams that were playing were Texas and NC State, and they were talking about Rick Pitino and St. John's throughout like a good chunk of the game, and then they were talking about, oh man, Charles Barkley went off about the NCAA and NIL and the transfer portal. He was ripping the NCAA to shreds last night. Like it was hilarious. Holy smokes. Like, this is the first matchup we see in the tournament with, like, two big name teams off Power 5 schools that play in the tournament in the first 4. Charles Barkley was freaking ripping the NCAA to shreds. Yeah, so tough. Unfortunate, man, for KP. These poor guys, after they finish their careers with the Celtics, they're just nowhere to be seen. Like, man, poor Marcus Smart right now. Just these guys just never been able to rejuvenate themselves for the most part. Only a few guys have been able to do that. Al Horford, he's not playing tonight for Golden State. That was the wrong decision. I can't believe Al Horford in free agency decides to sign for Golden State. Like, look at what the Celtics did with Horford. Got him a championship. I thought he was done like 7 years ago when he was playing for Philly, and everybody was talking about Philly was going to go out and win the championship with their starting 5 with Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Al Horford. Tobias Harris. They had the biggest starting five in the NBA. And Al Horford had like a brief stint with Philly, then got traded to OKC. And then OKC sent him back to the Celtics. Jason Tatum at the free throw line as the Celtics earn the bonus off the Porzingis reach and foul. First one's good by Tatum. Second free throw is good. Yeah, these poor guys after they get traded someplace else. Under 2 minutes left to go before halftime. Pat Spencer, top of the free throw circle. Outside to the corner off the Porzingis. Porzingis takes on Brown. Green, handoff Porzingis over Garza. Missed around the rim and out. Tipped in, though, for two by KP. .90 seconds left to go before half. Tatum comes off the screen, set by Garza. Tatum right to the rack, soars up and finishes with a right-hand layup. Jason Tatum looking fresh so far tonight. 13 points in 16 minutes alongside 7 rebounds in the first half by Tatum. Porzingis, extra pass. Santos straight away, 3 off the back rim, no good. Tatum up to another rebound. As we approach the final minute left to go before halftime, Derek White pulls up from deep, missed off the mark, rebound to Porzingis. Pat Spencer, 15 seconds on the shot clock. You're down by 14. Got to start to get your team in order here if you're Golden State. 8 in the shot clock for Porzingis. Porzingis kick out corner. Green outside. Spencer 3 in the shot clock. Gotta go. Spencer, tough follow-away shot, buries it. Wow, I was not expecting that there. Pat Spencer has that in the bag. 15-foot J off the turnaround. 10 points right now for Spencer tonight. 12-point game. Tatum steps into a 3. Bullseye, he's got it. J-T, a bang, and a triple. Jason Tatum in a groove. Fourth made 3 of the afternoon. 23 by Brown, 16 by Tatum. Jays coming up in a big way. 39 combined between the Jays so far tonight. Bounce pass underneath. Cutting to the hoop. Backdoor, it's good. Up and in off the glass by Will Richard. 10 seconds left to go before halftime. Celtics had a jumper made by Jaylen Brown before the horn to close out the first quarter. Ben, Jaylen Brown, this game's belonged to so far. Jaylen at the wing, dribbles up inside the key, takes it to the rack, no good. Missed the layup. And at the end of the opening half of action, the Celtics have a 13-point lead tonight. 63-50, with the Jays putting on a show tonight at the TD Garden on display. 23 points in 21 minutes by Jaylen Brown, an 8 for 13 from the floor. Perfect 6 for 6 at the free throw line. 5 assists for JB, a plus 16 on the floor. And Jason Tatum, 16 points, 17 minutes, ties a season high. 4 made threes, 7 rebounds by Tatum. 8 points by Derek White. 6 by Pritchard, 7 by Garza, 3 by Hauser. Man, couldn't ask for a better start for the Celtics right now. They just keep on sustaining and maintaining this double-digit lead. Golden State trying to come on back, and the Celtics just keep on having this lead range of around like 12 to 16 points throughout this first half. Great start tonight. Wow, OKC is up against Brooklyn, 30-11. Celtics shooting the ball well, 47% from the floor, 9 for 21 from 3 at 43%. Golden State just inefficient. Inability to make a 3. 6 for 24 from 3, 25% from the perimeter, only 39% from the floor. Celtics plus 9 in the glass, 29-20. What's crushing the Celtics have 8 turnovers. Golden State with just 5. Points off turnovers is 9-3 for Golden State. Yeah, it seems like this score should be a whole lot more than 13. It feels like the Celtics should be up by like 18-20 at halftime. They're only up by 13 right now. OKC leads 30-11 at Brooklyn. So the Thunder, at the start of the second quarter, are up by 19 points. Thunder outscored the Nets 28-11 in the opening quarter. Blazers lead the Pacers 37-33. If the Blazers win this game, because they're 33-36, Golden State loses this game, then the Blazers would move up a half game above Golden State. Golden State would drop to number 10 in the West. First four, Prairie View A&M leads Lehigh 37-33. Around 15-20 left to go in the second half. Here's a betting tip out there. If any of you guys bet on sports, for like college sports, so the NIT has been in action. It tipped off yesterday. What's interesting about the NIT, like, you know, the big dog teams that people were saying that should have been in the tournament that ended up not, like Auburn's 17-16 record. Auburn was like an 18.5 point favorite against South Alabama. Auburn won by 11. Usually the big dog teams, when they're like hefty favorites in an NIT game, they're not going to win by that margin. Number one, 2 players didn't play for Auburn last night. Number 2, it's an NIT game. You're less motivated for your team. So if you're a Power 5 school in the NIT, if you bet on sports and you see these humongous spreads with some of these schools, usually the bigger conference team, their players aren't really as motivated as the other team. I see one that's later tonight. New Mexico is hosting Sam Houston, an 11.5 point favorite for New Mexico. Now, that's a tricky one because New Mexico is a tough place to play. But yesterday when I saw Auburn was like an 18.5 point favorite, like, you know that wasn't going to cover there. Yeah, these Power 5 schools against mid-majors in the NIT, these games are close. Right now, Wake Forest leads Navy 45-39. That's the only Power 5 against mid-major going on right now. I think the only one today, besides Cal against UIC. Wow. I'm kind of shocked Cal's only a 6.5 point favorite. I would think that they'd be like a 10.5 point favorite. Then you can jump on that or so, but 6.5, that's tricky there in that matchup. It's also an 11 p.m. game at Cal for UIC. That's just a ridiculous time. That's 10 p.m. Central Time and 11 o'clock tip-off time. Yeah, I saw that, Jeffrey. Congrats out to Blackstone Valley Prep. Won the state hockey championship. Wow, went into 5 overtimes. Yeah, I was watching the news. I heard 3 overtimes. And the game-tying goal was scored by the kid whose family members were killed in the shooting. Good. Man, that's incredible for that team to rally upon that and win the championship. Terrible for the kid. I mean, just terrible. This is so sad. But how they were able to rally, and those guys, I heard they were having like team dinners with the kid every single night, and that like all those guys are like all like best friends and family. Like that's what that kid needed. Like that kid definitely needed that, because it's so difficult. If that happened to a lot of other people or so, they didn't have a support system, it would be just terrible. Like, if you don't have that support system, it's just incredible that like what sports can do to you, like teammates and coaches, and how everybody rallies around one another, the whole community. It's really incredible what can happen when you have a community of people, multiple towns come together and care about one another to make sure that everybody's doing well, and that to have an incredible support system for that young man. Hey, best of luck there for first team practice coming up Monday, and pitchers and catchers today. Yeah, I remember those days. I used to play baseball back in high school, so I remember we used to have like the captain's practice used to take place the day of the first round of the tournament. So the Thursday of the first round of the tournament was captain's practice, I think, and then that was, I think, my sophomore year, or my freshman year actually, and then it shifted my sophomore, junior, and senior year, where it shifted, and the first week of the practices were held during the opening week of the NCAA tournament. So I remember the day that Florida Gulf Coast beat Georgetown, because we were all told that in the middle of baseball practice that day. We all stopped practice in the middle of the day, and we were told that as a team that Florida Gulf Coast had just beaten Georgetown. Yeah, it's wild, remembering where you've been for some of these historic moments. I'm pretty sure I was on college break when UMBC beat Virginia. I remember watching that Lehigh Duke game back in 2012. I think that was like a late night game. I'm trying to jog my memory. Which games I remember that were like monumental upsets. I remember when I was like 9 years old, all the hype for Providence as as a 4 seed. And I cannot believe I'm saying the name of this team. This is the team that upset them in the tournament that year. The team was Pacific. Yeah, I was 9 years old. Providence lost to Pacific in the first round, and Providence was the 4, Pacific was the 13. What other ones do I remember? I remember the first game of my 8th grade class. It was Villanova who played Robert Morris, and Villanova got taken into overtime and beat Robert Morris by 1. That buzzer beater from half court by Northern Iowa, that was a late game against Texas. That was when the clock struck midnight in the second day of madness action from the Friday going into the Saturday. Halftime should be over probably in a couple minutes or so. I remember when Ohio was drilling threes out of the parking lot and steamrolled Georgetown in the 15-2 matchup. I don't know. Feel free to share your March Madness moments in there, what you remember. I remember all that stuff. I remember my first ever March Madness stream was me and John back in 2019. We covered Marquette against Murray State. Marcus Howard, top scorer in the nation that year in 2019, took on John Morant and Murray State, and Murray State blew the doors off Marquette in the first round. Yeah, that was a fun stream. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Right now, we're at halftime. Hey, best of luck there to Irish King tonight. Wow, 51-44 Prairie View leads Lehigh with under 8 minutes left. That's stunning. Wow, that's interesting. So in the first four for the women's basketball, they have two 10 seeds playing against one another. Yeah, that was wild. UMBC beating Virginia. I remember I was on the stream here. I was calling another game. I think I was calling Providence against Kentucky that year. The year that Ed Coley sold his house, gave up on the Friars, and then they went to the tournament, drew Kentucky, and then Kentucky beat Providence. I think I was streaming that game when FDU upset Purdue. Yeah, we've had some crazy upsets last couple of years. I remember when Yale upset Auburn, Princeton upset Arizona, FDU over Purdue. I mean, anything's possible. I'm not sure how many upsets we're going to get, honestly, this year because of the whole NIL. Last year might have been the start of fewer Cinderellas in the tournaments. Celtics looking good right now. Jaylen Brown, 23 points in 21 minutes, plus 16 on the floor. Jason Tatum, 16 points in 17 minutes, combining for 39 out of the 63 between the Jays tonight. That's on 13 for 22 shooting. Well, that's good. Marcus on the stream. Welcome in here, bud. Yeah, Mr. Top's doing pretty well. Usually I bring him in for halftime. Unfortunately, right now, start to the third quarter. Man, Celtics are cooking against this Golden State defense. Golden State having a tough time against the pick and roll action of the Celtics offense tonight. Celtics with their offensive screeners just leading the pathway, helping out, free up Tatum, free up Brown, getting to their spots tonight on the floor. Back to action, Celtics right to left on the court with opening possession to begin the third quarter. Keita, hand off Tatum. Tatum takes on Porzingis, cross court into the hands to Hauser. Dribbles up, jumper, 15-footer off the rim, no good. A rebound secured by Pajemski. Keita, Tatum, Brown, White, and Hauser, the five of the court to start off for the Celtics. Pajemski inside the key. Lob goes to Green. Porzingis back outside Pajemski. Out to the wing with Melton. Melton drives on Keita. Swings it off to Porzingis. Pops up on the three. No good. Around the rim and out to Tatum. Tips it out of bounds off the rebound. It'll stay Golden State ball. Guy Santos, Porzingis. Brandon Pajemski, Draymond Green. D'Anthony Melton, that's the five of the court to start off the third quarter for Golden State. Melton, his two, able to bounce in. Jaylen Brown takes on Santos, backs his way inside the painted area. Brown goes up, draws the foul. There should be two free throws coming up here at the line for Jaylen Brown. No, they're going to place it before the shot, so this will be a side in. So no free throws according to the refs. There'll be a side in coming up for the Celtics. Second personal foul charge to Santos. Welcome in. We got Risa back in. Top of the free throw circle, Keita. Handoff. Hauser off the screen. Launches the three off the back rim. No good. Battle for the rebound. Tipped back to White. New 14 in the timer for Boston. Tatum. 10 in the shot clock. Tatum inside the key. Bobbled it. Lost it. Turned it over. A lot of contact. No call by the referees. As Melton off to Pajemski. Bumped into and fouled. Brandon Pajemski is down. He's in some pain. Able to get up, though. Oof, he is holding on to... I believe it's his left wrist he is holding on to. Yeah, that's his left wrist that he's holding on to. That was a hard fall by Pajemski. Came crashing right into the stanchion. Man, took a hard lick down to the hardwood. 2 shots here at the free throw line for Brandon Pajemski. No good on the first one. Second free throw is good. 10-point game. Largest lead tonight for the Celtics was a 20-point lead at one point. Celtics with possession. Jaylen Brown at the wing of the perimeter. Towards his right off the dribble. Away from the basketball, Golden State picks up a personal foul. So Celtics here will reset side in off the far side of the floor. Tatum. Inbound to Brown. Jaylen Brown outside into the hands to Tatum. No look pass, right wing. Brown, 5 of the shot clock. Dribbles up on skates. Takes on Draymond Green. Brown rises for the jumper. High arcer. Over the cylinder. No good. Pajemski out of the pack with the basketball. Up the floor off the Euro step. Santos broke it up on the bounds. Last off Hauser. Oh, wow. So RPI right there for a Nyjah player. Yeah, I've had RPI a couple times before for games I've covered. Inbound goes to Green. Draymond Green sends it off to the corner. Melton cross-court connects with Pajemski. Pajemski tees up the 3, and he rattles in the triple. 7-point game right now, making it look interesting for Golden State. Jaylen Brown at the wing, handoff Hauser. Bumped into towards the near side, fouled. Yeah, my CPU once again is high. I'm just going to stop it for like a second and then put the stream back on to get up the scoreboard. Once again, it's 63-56 right now. Celtics lead. If for some reason you don't hear me or if the audio is lost, just refresh the stream because my CPU just skyrocketed and I have to reset it in order to get the scoreboard back in for like a brief moment. Tatum, no good on the 3. Draymond Green secures the defensive rebound. Pajemski up the open floor, brick the 3. Yeah, I'll reset it during the next whistle. Derek White, 9.5 left to go. Jaylen Brown dribbles up to the elbow. Celtics lead by 7, 63-56. Brown, a jumper, got it, plus the foul. And one covered up at the free throw line by Jaylen Brown. All right, I'm going to reset this, and if for some reason I'm muted when I come back in, just refresh and I should be back in. Okay. Jaylen Brown, 3-point play complete, 66-56. Yeah, we got the scoreboard back in. It was, the CPU was so high, I had to reset the whole thing because it crashed the system. Missed 3 off the mark by Golden State. Celtics will get the basketball. So we're down to the 9-minute mark left to go in the third. Tatum receives the pass. Right baseline dribble. Tatum to the cup. Golden State again picks up a personal foul. It's on Draymond Green reaching in. The Celtics already into the bonus. 9 minutes in the third, 3 minutes into this quarter. Celtics already into the bonus. Draymond Green right now having some words with the officials. And Jason Tatum will have 2 free throws in the bonus. First free throw, that's good. Hey, what's good? All on the prowl, welcome in. Gerard, thanks for joining in. Second free throw around the rim and out. I forgot about Oral Roberts, too. That was a giant killer. The year coming back to the bracket, the first year out of COVID. And they were the 15 seed. Upset a lot of teams along the way. Made it to the Sweet 16 that year. Missed 3 by Pajemski over the cylinder. Celtics with possession. Derek White shovels on top into the hands to Tatum. Tatum, 15 on the shot clock. Tatum, dribble, drive, right down the lane inside. Right past Porzingis to the cup, and he scores the layup. 13-point lead by the Celtics. Timeout on the floor taken by Steve Kerr with 8:31 left to go in the third. Jason Tatum able to get Porzingis right on skates there off the crossover. Tatum bursts the speed right past his forward teammate KP for the bucket. All right. Celtics looking good right now. There we go. Box score popped up once again. Jaylen Brown, big time game for him tonight. 26 points. Tatum's got 19. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Oral Roberts, Oakland's was another one. Jack Golke in Oakland in the same year of FDU over Purdue. Yeah, that was from 2023. FDU over Purdue. Jack Golke in Oakland beat Kentucky. Princeton over Gonzaga. 2 years ago was Yale over Auburn. That was a major upset. Going back to 2018 with that tournament with UMBC over Virginia was also Loyola Chicago making it to the Final Four. A couple of years ago, it was 3 years ago now, was FAU, the 8 seed, made it all the way to the Final Four. That was weird. That was such an unpredictable Final Four that year. FAU, Miami, San Diego State, and UConn. UConn somehow was a 4 seed that won the championship that year. But they had like the best overall rating for the last month in college basketball. Freaking Oral Roberts, which had they had a profile of a gigantic killer. And then the year after that was St. Peter's. St. Peter's over Kentucky, and then it was Oakland over Kentucky. That was unbelievable. St. Peter's had like a top 10 defense that year too. That was their metric. That Oral Roberts team had a top 10 offense, and they were led by the nation's leading scorer, Max Asmus. I remember Texas. Oh, it was Abilene Christian that upset Texas in the first round. That game was an awful game. Nobody could hit a shot. And then North Texas upset Purdue. And that was before they got taken out by FDU like a year prior to that. .13-point lead for the Celtics coming back to action. Draymond Green, push pass off to the corner. Jason Tatum, 19 points in 20 minutes tonight. Porzingis, off the mark, no good on the 2. Rebound secured by GP2. Pajemski, leading in, draws the foul. 2 shots here coming up at the free throw line by Brandon Pajemski. It's on Derek White, who picks up the personal. Wow, Prairie View A&M about to beat Lehigh, 64-53 in the final minute. I'll be live tomorrow, by the way. If you guys want to tune into some March Madness coverage, I'll be live tomorrow at 1:15 p.m. approximately, and number 11 South Florida taking on number 6 Louisville. I plan on covering 2 streams tomorrow, South Florida, Louisville, and then BYU against Texas. BYU, Brockton, Massachusetts native AJ Dabanza, projected number 1 top pick, playing for BYU tomorrow against Texas. Should be a good game at 7:25 p.m. Bounce pass out to the corner. Melton launches the 3 off the rim, no good. Keita rips away the defensive rebound. Celtics going to slow it down here. 11-point lead. It seemed like this entire game they're up by more. Derek White slides it off to Tatum. Bounce past Keita. Keita rolls. Kick out. Corner 3. Hauser. Swoosh. Sam Hauser buries the triple. Beautiful inside to outside basketball for the Celtics. 9 for 23 from the perimeter. That is some solid balance. Golden State has fewer made threes, and they've attempted 7 threes greater than the Celtics. They are 7 for 30 from 3. Porzingis working his way on Hauser. Jumper, 18-footer, shoots right over the top and scores it. 12-point lead for Boston. Under 7 minutes left to go in the third. This game seems like it's much more than a 12-point lead. Hand off White. White dribbles up. Bounce past Tatum. Tatum on top. Takes on Payton. Jumper straight away. No good on the 3. Bricked off the back rim. A rebound. Controlled by Green. Outlet pass up the floor. Out of bounds. It's a turnover. Terrible pass there by Draymond Green. Like, what are you doing? You're working on a numbers disadvantage off a full court outlet. It was a 1-on-2, not a 2-on-1. It was a 1-on-2 off his full court outlet. And Gary Payton II was covered completely up the floor by Tatum. And just completely whiffed the pass and turned it over. Yeah, Draymond Green, Derek White, Tatum, both back to play defense, and then it was like a football-style pass all the way up the floor, and Payton tried to turn around and grab it. Actually, it's gonna stay Golden State ball, so referees did say that Tatum did get a fingertip on the basketball, so luckily for Golden State, they're gonna take this inbound for them. Draymond Green at the elbow. Bounce pass. Spencer back to Green. Green powers his way inside. Lost it. Spencer. Follow a jumper. Got it. 10-point game. What's good? Jay Mullen, welcome back in. Daniel, glad to have you back in the stream. Celtics up by 10. It seems like it's been a lot more than 10. Celtics largest lead by 20, but this does not feel like a 10-point lead. It feels more like it's a 15 or an 18-point lead. Pritchard at the wing, off the Keita screen. Dribbles up now at the free throw circle. Jumper, 15-footer, connects on it. Got bench points like that, helping out the cause. Back to a 12-point lead. Payton Pritchard, 8 points off the bench. Draymond Green, low block, flings it down low. Santos missed off the glass, fouled. Inside, he'll have free throws. Believe it's going to be on Keita. He picks up his third. Pat Spencer's made some tough shots tonight. That's now 12 points off the bench. He is the leading scorer for Golden State. Guy Santos with 11. Wow, this team is just really... It's diminished in the scoring. No Steph Curry. Outside Curry, like... You got to get your points from someplace else. And Pat Spencer, out of all guys, is the leading scorer right now in the game. I mean, this is strange. Porzingis just trying to get acclimated to his new team. Only 7 points in 18 minutes. Both of the shots are good. 10-point game. I've had them a couple times for women's basketball. Yeah, they went to a couple of invitationals that I covered. Yeah, they have similar colors with Union, because I remember I covered Union last year, and then RPI was the year before. Pritchard at the low block puts it up and scores. Back-to-back buckets by Pritchard. Under 5.5 left to go before the end of the third. Green, handoff Santos. Santos trapped in the corner, takes on Brown. Backs his way, had a ball poke loose out of bounds. It's last touch by Santos. Turnover committed by Golden State. Yeah, those teams, though, in the conference that RPI plays in, the Liberty League, they're usually solid teams out in that conference. Pritchard weaves his way inside, floats it cross-court. Hauser, a rise and fire on a 3, missed off the mark. Rebound tipped over to Will Richard. Golden State with possession. Draymond Green in the corner finds Quinton Post. Cross-court, missed the mark on the bounds. That was Santos, the post, who missed it completely. So back-to-back turnovers by Golden State. Yeah, Loyola Maryland, that's right. And they're out of the Patriot League. Luka Garza back in on the floor here for the Celtics. Tatum, Pritchard, Garza, Brown, and Sharman, the 5 of the court. Here goes Tatum, burst the speed, kick out, corner, Brown, outside, Pritchard pulls up from deep. Around and out, Garza controls the offensive rebounds. And he was fouled from behind. Garza going to have 2 free throws coming up in the line in the bonus. Celtics are demolishing Golden State here on the glass. 34-27 in rebounds. It feels like it's a lot more. Yeah, this game's got zero physicality to it. This Golden State team is just so shaky. First free throw is good by Garza. This game has been weird tonight. Like, the Celtics have had a range between 12 to 15 points. They've led, like, throughout that range. Like, whenever I've been calling this game, it seems like 12 has been that consistent range in a night. Like, the Celtics have led by 12. Right now, by 14, as both of the free throws good. Like, Golden State, they'll respond back with a quick 2. And then we'll go a couple more minutes with a 12-point lead by the Celtics. Pajemski, Eurostep, Spencer inside. His pass broken up, batted away, collected on the steal by Boston. Tatum sprints up the floor, outside Pritchard. Had Sharman in the corner instead. It goes cross-court to Tatum, leaning forward, jumper, got fouled. 2 more free throws coming up in the line for Boston, this time with Jason Tatum. It's on Pat Spencer, who picks up the shooting foul. This game right now slipping away from Golden State. First free throw, good by Tatum. Jason Tatum. Second free throw he makes. 20 points for Tatum. 6 for 12 from the floor. 4 for 8 from the perimeter. Also 4 for 5 tonight at the free throw line. He's got 21 right now for Tatum. Pat Spencer at the wing. It takes on Garza. Entry pass lob finds Post. 1-on-1 matchup takes on Pritchard. Pritchard picks up the personal. And this will send Quinton Post to the free throw line to shoot 2. Oh yeah, never do that for your bracket for auto pick. You're better off picking, if you don't know, you're better off most of the time just picking the better seed. So, or the bigger skull that you've heard about. In my honest opinion, what I think's going to happen for future tournaments is like copy and paste from last year. So the March Madness Cinderellas, like the smaller schools that we've seen in the past, those are going to shrink and those are going to get smaller. And the big reason why is because of NIL. in the transfer portal with all the money that's involved in Power 5 major conference schools. So, in my honest opinion, how my bracket's filled out this year, I barely have any upsets. Like, I'll say this straight up. I did not take a single 12 seed, 13 seed, 14, 15, or 16 seed to beat a 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 seed. My first upset came with an 11 seed. Usually I pick a 12 every single year, as the Celtics just score again inside the low post. 17-point lead for Boston. Quinton Post backs his way and Pritchard in the mismatch. 3:20 left to go. Ball got poked loose. Collected by Santos to maintain possession. 5 of the shot clock. Santos, crossover, dribbles inside. Santos high off the glass, no good. A rebound secured by Brown. Celtics with numbers up the floor. 5-on-4. Bounce pass. Pritchard, dump off underneath Garza. No good, missed off the mark. A rebound secured by Post. Under 3 minutes left to go in the third. Pat Spencer, out to the corner. Guy Santos tries the three. Bricked off the rim. A rebound secured by Brown. And a loose ball foul charge to... that on Jaylen Brown? So we await the call. I believe it's on Jaylen here. Yeah, this is going to send us to a timeout as well. Looked like it was on Jaylen Brown pushing off at the baseline. Timeout on the floor. 2:51 left to play in the third. Man, somebody said it a couple minutes ago in the chat. This game is suck. With Sham God, you are spot on. Yeah, this game is rough. Gee. It's like the points that we're accumulating here are all like free throws. Like nobody's scoring buckets the last few minutes. Jaylen Brown, 26 points in 30 minutes. 21 by Jason Tatum. 11 by Garza. 10 by Pritchard. Celtics are 16 for 17 at the free throw line. Golden State's 10 for 15. Just a hideous game from 3. 7 for 31 from 3 by Golden State at 23%. 13 points by Guy Santos. Pat Spencer with 12. Man, what in the world happened to guys like Brandon Pajemski? 1 for 6 shooting, 9 points. Like, what happened to him? Gee, he's fallen off a cliff. Porzingis just trying to get acclimated with his new team. 7 points in 18 minutes for Porzingis. And we all know what Draymond Green's capable of. It's already a 4-on-5 disadvantage whenever he's in the floor because he's only known for his defense and playmaking for him. But in terms of his scoring, 8 points tonight in 26 minutes. Yeah, this has been a rough game tonight. Not in terms of the Celtics, but for the other side. Like, they're lucky to only be down by 17. Holy smokes. Here's the score at halftime between the Thunder and the Nets. This is not a typo. This is the actual score. Oklahoma City 60, Brooklyn 24. Yeah, you heard that right. The Thunder lead the Nets 60-24 at halftime. OKC outscored Brooklyn 28-11 in the first quarter and then 32-13 in the second quarter. Blazers put up 79 at the half. They lead the Pacers 79-62. Raptors up against the Bulls 42-32. T-Wolves lead the Jazz 52-40. Clippers lead the Pelicans 42-33. Hawks up over the Mavs 21-14. Grizzlies lead the Nuggets early on 15-12. And congratulations to Prairie View A&M as they win over Lehigh 67-55. That's kind of a shocker. I honestly thought it was going to be Lehigh winning that game. So Prairie View A&M will take on Florida in the first round matchup. 19-17 the record for Prairie View A&M. And they've lost by double digits in every game against the Power 5. What I love about the teams from like the SWAC and the MEAC, those two teams advanced, Prairie View and Howard, both playing out of the SWAC and the MEAC, the HBCUs. So both HBCUs, the 16 seeds, won their playing game. What I love about them is that they're not afraid to go out and schedule the big dogs. Prairie View A&M, they had 3 games against non-Division I schools, but they also stacked up and played a pretty tough Power 5 schedule. They had games against Mizzou, Oklahoma State, LSU, Texas A&M. They had a game against Wichita State. So anytime you schedule a team that's much in a bigger conference higher than you, I mean, props to you. Jalen Brown just scored a jumper. He's got 28. Quentin Post pops up on a 3 off the back room, no good. A rebound secured by Gonzalez. Celtics 5 in the court. Jalen Brown, Ugo Gonzalez, Peyton Pritchard, Baylor Sharman, and Luca Garza. Brown, jumper, 15-footer off the back room, no good. Sharman tracks down the offensive rebound. Outside to the wing. Pritchard pulls up from deep, and he drills it. Peyton Pritchard, zing! Right from the wing, delivers on the 3. 21-point lead for the Celtics, 13 by Pritchard, 7 this quarter, largest lead for Boston. Quentin Post, right back, nails the triple. Yeah, I think it was 2023 when I last covered RPI. And then Union was last year in the tournament, so it was November 24. So early last year I had Union. Yeah, both of those schools close to each other. So like Hudson Valley, New York, the men's volleyball team that I covered, they had a game. It took place in New Hampshire at Riviere, but the team that was matched up to them in a tri-match, so it was Riviere, the team that it covers Wheaton, Mass, and then it was Russell Sage. That was the third team there. So that's in that area too, in the capital region. I've actually been on the campus of Skidmore. So, yeah, we stopped in Saratoga a couple years back on our way to Lake George. Pajemski, no good, in and out on a 15-foot jumper. Ball goes back to the Celtics. Brown, up the floor, final minute left to go in the third. Jalen attacks downhill to the cup, no good. Shoved in off the putback jam by Keita. Big time rack of attack right there for the big fella. Porzingis, hand off to Melton. Celtics pounding Golden State right now with a 20-point lead. Melton lobbed to Porzingis. Working on Pritchard. Absolute mismatch. Dump off down low. Peyton. No good. Missed the layup. Backdoor tip to Brown for the defensive rebound. But a late whistle at the back end of this play. So we'll wait here to see who it's going to get charged to in the foul. That was a very, very late whistle. Keita came in. Big time putback. It's going to be Golden State free throws. So Golden State will have shots here at the free throw line. Yeah, that was really late in terms of the foul at the back end of the play. First shot, good by Porzingis. Hey, what's good? Dwayne in the stream, welcome in. Wow, Illinois State up against Kent State, 45-25. That's an NIT game. Porzingis nails the 3 off the second chance rebound. 16-point game right now. Showing some signs of life there from the former Celtic. And we got a clock issue at the TD Garden. There we go. We got 34.6 seconds left. Celtics get the inbound to their backcourt. Peyton Pritchard sends it off to Brown. Crosses the timeline. Brown had the ball poked loose. Turns it over. Scooped up off the floor. Will Richard, national champion for Florida. Last year for the Gators. Porzingis. 1 second differential shot clock and game clock to close out at the end of 3 for Golden State. Into the hands to DeAnthony Melton. He's defended by Jarman. Switch guard by Keita. Melton at the top. Bounce pass. Porzingis takes on Jarman. Porzingis. Jumper. No good. Off the deep two. Long rebound. Floated up behind the back of the head at the buzzer for Golden State. And at the end of 3, Celtics lead by 16. 89-73 at the end of the third quarter tonight in this one. Celtics looking good tonight. Jaylen Brown, big night. 28 points, 32 minutes. 10 for 18 shooting, perfect. 7 for 7 at the free throw line. 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Jason Tatum, 21 points, 4 made threes, tying a season high for Tatum alongside 8 rebounds. What's good, Charlisa? Welcome back in. Thanks for joining in. If you're new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you like college basketball, I'll be back tomorrow. A rare stream in the afternoon tomorrow. I'll be live for 2 games tomorrow. First one will tip off. Just going to get that schedule so I can pinpoint it. First stream I plan on covering on the 2 tomorrow will tip off at 1:30 p.m. South Florida. The number 11 seed takes on Louisville. Louisville, a 4.5-point favorite going into tomorrow's matchup in the afternoon. And then later tomorrow night, a number 6 versus number 11 seed matchup once again. BYU takes on Texas at 7:25 p.m. BYU led by the projected number 1 draft pick in this year's upcoming draft, A.J. DeBonsa from Brockton, Massachusetts, as BYU faces Texas. Texas just won the play-in game last night on a game-winning shot with a second left to go past NC State to get them to the round of 64. I usually covered a 12-15 game to start off the tournament. I think this is the first year that they haven't covered a 12-15 game. Reason why is because this 11 versus 6 matchup, I gotta feel it's going to be really good. I also do think that TCU Ohio State's going to be a great matchup as well, but I think South Florida Louisville is going to be a really good game too. And I decided to take that one. So if you're looking for me at 12:15, I'm actually going to be live at 1:30 tomorrow, because usually I stream the first game. If it was a bigger school against Ohio State, then for sure. That's not a knock against TCU. It's more like one of those like state college brands that, like, if it was like a state school. See, Ohio State's a state school, Nebraska's a state school, South Florida a state school, Wisconsin. Unless you're a big-time basketball brand like a Duke or so for like any of those public universities. Michigan State, a state school, so is Arkansas, North Carolina, Michigan, Texas, A&M, Illinois, Georgia. Yeah, one of the things I actually don't get, because Niger Player puts here about Russell Sage. So what's interesting at Division 3 is that there's a conference called the NESCAC, and it has teams all throughout New England. So it has Tufts, Williams, Trinity, Connecticut College, Bowdoin is up in Maine, Bates is up in Maine. Middlebury is in that conference, so they got some really good colleges in that conference for athletic programs. As the corner 3 drops down, that is Draymond Green, who buries the 3 off the screen set by Santos. 13-point game. What I don't get about that conference is that Hamilton, which is in like central New York, that's in that conference for some reason instead of being in the Liberty League. I've never got that before. It seems like Hamilton would be the perfect fit in the Liberty, but they play in the NESCAC. Sharman going up off the rebound, got denied and fouled. It's on Milton. Beg my pardon. It's going to be a clean block by Melton. So Melton, a clean block there. Inbound, Pritchard from the corner. Step to the bounds, turnover. So Celtics commit the turnover. Golden State keeps on hanging in. They just keep on hanging in tonight. Can't let this get under 10. That's where things get really dicey. Is if Golden State cuts this to a 9-point deficit. Celtics have been able to lead by this double-digit deficit throughout most of the night. Green snatches it. Green down low, scores over Keita, good for 2. 11-point game right now. All about responding if you're the Celtics. Draymond Green starting to bring energy. Derek White on the floor alongside Tatum, Sharman, Keita, Pritchard. Brown right now on the bench. Jaylen Brown by far best player on the court tonight. Pritchard dribbles up inside the key. Outside the White. Rise and fire. On the 3. He drills it. Derek White right down the chute delivers. Hasn't attempted many shots tonight, but up to 11 points now for him. First made 3 of the game. Shot missed down low by Golden State. Rebound secured by Tatum. Jason Tatum, 9th board of tonight. White at the wing. Outside finds Sharman. Dribbles up. Inside the key. Swings it cross court. Pritchard. Pritchard weaves his way. Edge of the key. Out to Sharman. Tees up a 3. No good off the mark. Rebound. Controlled by Podziemski. Here goes Podziemski out of the pack. Deflected from behind. Stole away. Sharman with a steal. Tees up the 3. Bullseye. He's got it. Baylor. Sharman. That's a laser. Straight away from the top of the key. Defense translates right into offense. 3 points off the steal for Baylor Sharman. Draymond Green. Bad pass right behind off the fingertips of Melton. Taken away by White with another steal. Derek White. Bounce pass Pritchard. Pulls up from deep. Pritchard. No good off the back rim. A rebound secured by Santos. Golden State in desperation mode. Under 9:30 left to go. Porzingis 30-footer. Skipped around the rim and out. Rebound secured by Tatum. If you're Boston, elect to slow this down. Got a comfortable lead. Derek White, though. Spin cycle. Oh, he scores. Up and in. Off the backboard. Count it. And an and one coming up at the free throw line for Derek White. Derek White just took Guy Santos right on the spin cycle. Man, Derek White coming in clutch. Had the ball poke loose from behind. Results in the Sharman 3. And then Derek White, instead of slowing it down, he goes out on full mode, attack mode. Back-to-back steals to help out the cause for the back-to-back deflections for Derek White. Sharman going to get credit for that previous steal. And then a layup by Derek White. Just going full spin cycle torpedo mode right past Guy Santos to the cup. Man, this was about to be a 9-point game. Golden State with a chance to put it to a 9-point game, and then the Celtics respond and get themselves on an 8-zip run. It's been that type of night tonight for Boston. Whereas Golden State, they've tried to mount a comeback, and then the Celtics, all night long, building the lead up to the upper teens, lower 20s. 21-point lead, largest one of the game. Celtics by 19. 97-78, 9:16 left. Yeah, Baylor Sharman's getting better and better every single game. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Right now, just in a timeout here. Big time performance by Jaylen Brown tonight. 28 points. 21 for Tatum. 13 each by White and Pritchard. Garza up to 11. Man, this team is something special this year. Getting to the free throw line. They're 16 for 17 tonight, the free throw line. Wow, Thunder just demolishing the net. 75-39. Midway through the third. That type of game. There should be like a mercy roll on that with like a running clock or something when you get to build up a lead like that. Yeah, that's more out west there. Yeah, I stopped in Utica in August of 24. That was like the halfway point from my place to Niagara Falls, so we stayed overnight there. Yeah, they docked 2 from the Celtics. Huh. Okay, challenge for Golden State. So Derek White not going to get credit with a basket. Celtics going to get the inbound. So there's a foul before the shot, charged in the reach-in by Guy Santos. So Derek White will not get credit for this basket. Queta attacks down low, rolling to the hoop, and there is 97 on the board. Up and in off the glass by Queta. 9 minutes left to go in the fourth. There's the 19-point lead for the Celtics. So Derek White, previous basket taken away. Reach and foul charge to Guy Santos before he went into a layup. Yeah, I'm shocked that was caught there. But either way, it doesn't really matter. 19-point lead, 3 in the timer for Golden State. In deep trouble, they lay it up and in. A lot of time coming off the clock in that possession, though. 17-point lead again for the Celtics. Celtics' slowest tempo offense in the NBA. Just playing their style, guiding their team to victory here. Tatum at the wing, steps into a 3 over Green, off the mark, no good. Battle for the rebound. Baylor Sharman comes out with a rebound, gets tied up with GP2. Holy smokes. Damn, you got a 17-point lead. Don't want to see anybody get hurt. Baylor Sharman, dude, that's one tough man building nails. Gary Payton in the second, forcing up a tie. Sharman wincing in pain. Look like he got his fingers ripped away from him there. He's got tape to begin with on his thumb. Yeah, GP2 came in, just ripped it away from him. Referees rolled to the tie-up. Jump ball goes to Golden State. Will Richard off the crossover. Bounce pass, roller inside, and GP2 scores the layup. Wow, Gary Payton the second all of a sudden just giving this Golden State team energy. Queta, handoff, Pritchard, bounce pass. Queta soars up and skies in with a right-handed 2. Neemias Queta making an impact right now for Boston. Missed 3 by Pajemski. Long rebound, Sharman up the floor. Pritchard, right baseline dribble, gets past Draymond Green, right to the cup and scores. Up and off the backboard. 6 feet, Peyton Pritchard off that burst, able to get past the vet Draymond Green. Bounce pass, Green down low, rolling to the hoop, missed the layup, shoved through by GP2 with a putback flush. Yeah, I heard they're supposed to vote next week on 2 new expansion teams with Seattle and Las Vegas coming into the league. Pritchard once again, full out attack mode, scores the layup. Draymond Green, top of the key. Richard outside, off to a 3, bricked off the back rim, no good. Missed by Payton. The second offensive rebound goes to Pajemski. Lob into the hands to Post. Post at the wing of Green, push pass, corner, 3 off the rainbow, off the back rim, no good. Misfired by Will Richard. Peyton Pritchard keeps on attacking, outside into the hands to Tatum. Celtics will slow it down. 6.5 left to play. Jason Tatum one-on-one, hunting out matchups with a 3 over Quinton Post, and he got it. Jason Tatum, new season high in total made 3s. He has got 5 tonight. 24 by Tatum. It's only his 6th game back. Bobbled, intercepted, turned over by Golden State as Sharman picks off the pass. Tatum at the wing, takes on Green, one-on-one, looking for the knockout punch right now. Largest lead in the game by 22. Tatum, step back 3 on his way, skipped around the rim and out, tipped up towards the far side of the floor. White bobbled out of bounds, and the refs roll it out by Derek White. Man, Celtics putting on the gas pedal right now. Jason Tatum, absolutely the man. Only a 6 game back, he drops down 24. And doing it on efficiency, too, just below 50%. 5 for 11 tonight by Tatum from 3. It's his best game efficiency-wise this season for him. He was only like 28% going into this game and just needed those 5 games to warm up, and now he's finally gunning into a groove. Six and 7 tonight for Queta. Points and rebounds. Guy Santos off the Quinton post. Outside back to Santos. Santos at the free throw circle. Dribbles inside. Pritchard got knocked down. No call with the refs. And lost it off the dribble. It's a turnover charged to Golden State. Man, Golden State's completely crumbling. Yeah, this is brutal for Golden State. Like, beg my pardon, they're going to keep the basketball. So Golden State will keep the basketball. Initially, the referees rolled it off Golden State and then reversed the call. So inbound goes to Golden State. Pat Spencer at the elbow. Dish over to GP2. A runner got it. Yeah, this has just been rough for Golden State. Like, they came into this game just 3 and 7 in their previous 10 for them. The injury bug hitting them in a big way this year. About to drop to 10th in the West for them, the last play-in team there is. Portland's, I believe they're up. So Portland's going to be a half game behind Golden State after the conclusion of tonight. Layup is made by Will Richard. Yeah, Portland's up big time over the Pacers. 97-79 with 4:21 left. This game we're down to 4:56 or 4:57 left to go in the fourth quarter. Celtics dominating, 18-point lead. 106-88. Jay is looking good tonight. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Jaylen Brown with 28, Jason Tatum with 24. Double-double by Tatum. He's got 10 rebounds. Pritchard breaking out in the second half. 17 points for Pritchard. Garza with 11. Derek White with 11. 6 points each by Hauser and Queta. Queta, 7 rebounds. Yeah, really hasn't been much physicality throughout most of this game. Golden State started to bring energy in this third quarter, but too little, too late. Yeah, that unfortunately wouldn't happen out in Hawaii because just the total travel of the teams, it just wouldn't work with like the travel schedule for the teams. Yeah, that would be interesting, is having All-Star weekends in Hawaii. They used to have the Pro Bowl in Hawaii because All-Star weekend is the full week off. All-Star weekend out in Cancun. Alaska expansion team. Hawaii is playing in the tournament against Arkansas. Yeah, that must have been one heck of a trip when, I think it was a few years back, Maine. Yeah, the basketball team from Maine, for their men's team, they traveled to Hawaii for a non-conference game out there, and then they had another non-conference game in Portland, Oregon. If you guys enjoyed the stream tonight, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe before I wrap up tonight. Final 5 minutes of action. And I'll be live tomorrow, so my stream setup's going to look completely different tomorrow. Going to have to go back to the manual scoreboard and run the time manually tomorrow, but hoping to cover college basketball. South Florida against Louisville tomorrow at 1:30. Yeah, I heard about that the NBA is trying to expand into Europe. Yeah, just gotta take the easier steps first in the U.S. So, bringing back Seattle. They're going to vote on that next week. I heard Las Vegas, which Las Vegas was bound to get a basketball team down there. They host the Summer League out in UNLV's campus. Cada rolls to the hoop, scores the 2. Assisted by Pritchard. I'd like to see a NBA team in Kentucky. That's just such a rich basketball culture they have in that state. Here goes Brown up the floor. Jalen bumped into from behind. He gets fouled. 20-point lead for the Celtics, 46-23. They're going to be after the conclusion of this game. 1 game up above the Knicks entering tonight. Hey, thanks so much, Noel, for being a part of the stream. We got 108.88 with like 4:35 left. Let's see. 196 over 220. Is it possible? I'll go no. Most likely. I think it's going to be tough. Larry Bird played at Indiana State. Yeah, born in Indiana, West Baden Springs, Indiana. Free throw went down by Jaylen Brown, and it was ruled a technical by Golden State. Celtics get the basketball. Spin cycle. Brown inside strip, turns it over. Up the floor for Golden State. Out of control with it down the sideline. They turn it over. Man, this is just rough to watch. If you're a Golden State fan, man, this is some really bad basketball going on right now. Guys that just cough up the handles. Double for Tatum tonight. White, Pritchard, Cada, Brown, and Sharman, the 5 in the court currently. Probably going to put the bench in within the next minute or two. Pritchard inside the key. Step through. Off the glass. No good. Blocked. Out of bounds. Going to stay Celtics ball. Derek White for the timer. Inbound. Brown launches the 3. Falling away. No good. Left it short. Pritchard tried to save it. Out of bounds. Yeah, if you're Joe Mazzulla right now, you probably want to think about just like getting the bench in the game. I mean, you got this game well in hand. You're up by 21. Approaching 4 minutes left. Golden State's already thrown in the towel themselves. Celtics going to be 41-16 in their last 57 games. Start off at 5-7. Pat Spencer on top. Omar Yurtseven. No good on the 3 off the back run. Former Georgetown Hoya. Sharman with a rebound. Brown up the floor. Accelerating to the cup. Brown floats it up. Got it. And then one. Cup it up at the free throw line for Jaylen Brown. Celtics starters still on the floor playing against Golden State's bench. And Golden State's waved in the towel. And one here coming up at the line by Brown. Absolute clinic tonight for Jaylen Brown. He's got 30. Last game he had 41. Free throw is good. And Jaylen Brown should get player of the week this week in the NBA. He's got 32 right now. Yep, 32 by Jaylen Brown. Under 4 minutes left to go. Pat Spencer towards his left. His pass intercepted by Pritchard. Jumps the root, picks it off. Pritchard to the cup. Easy layup. Man, this game's a blowout. Omer Yurt-7. Underneath, bad pass, stole away. Jaylen Brown, 3-on-1 up the floor. Bobbled it, lost it out of bounds. Goes right into the front row of his bench seats there. Flying right into the Celtics bench. And yeah, this should be the time that Joe Mazzulla should substitute out the starters. Jaylen Brown, 31 30-point games in a single season in Celtics franchise history, ranks number 6 in Celtics history behind Tatum, who's first with 42, Bird with 39. Jaylen Brown with 31 games this season where he scored at least 30 points. An absolute heater of a year for Jaylen Brown, which he's got the 6th best odds for MVP. I think it should be him and Wemby for the top 2, in my opinion, for MVP. What those two guys have done this season for teams that were expected to be as good as they currently are. Like, we all knew what we were going to get out of SGA and Jokic. Denver's actually back in the number 5 spot in the West. Luka is up there too with the MVP odds. They're in 3rd for the Lakers. Thunder, top team in the West. But what both the Celtics and Spurs have done this year, especially the Celtics, everybody thought was going to be a gap year, and then Jaylen Brown just leads this team, number 5 scorer in the league. Just incredible what Jaylen's done, and hopefully he can get more respect than right now is out there, because in my eyes, he's the MVP at the top. That was a brief timeout on the floor. We'll stay here. 3:26 left to go in the 4th. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Celtics have their bench now on the floor. Baylor Sharman on the court with Ugo Gonzalez, Peyton Pritchard, Luka Garza, Ron Harper Jr. Golden State with possession. Final 3:15 left to go as they launch the 3 off the back room. No good. Missed by Will Richard. Offensive rebound controlled by Yurt-7. Runner inside. No good off the mark. Yurt-7, though, scores the putback off the miss by Malevi Leons. Celtics with the basketball. So we're down to under 3 minutes left to go. They're going to slow it down. Pritchard dribbles up, slices defenders. Right to the cup. Missed the layup. Putback is good. Able to tip it in for Luka Garza. Luka Garza off the bench tonight. He's got 13. Pat Spencer. Jumper deep 2. Around the rim and out. Shoved in by Yurt-7 on the putback. Yeah, I saw that yesterday, Jeffrey, on Twitter, that some of the PC players are transferring. Garza stopped the dribble, sends it off to Sharman, bounce past Garza, rolls down the runner, drills it. Man, too easy. Celtics just getting right into that pick and roll offense, and Golden State just too far back off the drop coverage. Away from the play, foul charge to Boston. Dominant performance tonight for the Celtics. And if you're Golden State, things don't look so well. Bunch of players injured. 3-7 in their last 10 coming into this game. Going to drop back to the number 10 spot in the play-in in the West, the last play-in team. They're probably going to be in that 9-10 elimination game, in the single-game elimination. Missed jumper off the deep 2 for Golden State. Gonzalez at the wing, dribbles up, a low block. Ugo off the Euro step, around and out, tipped off the mark. Battle for the rebound. Goes off to Leons for Golden State. A lob in transition. Will Richard soars over the top as he is able to dunk it with a two-hand flush. In transition there for Will Richard, national champion for the Florida Gators. Able to dunk it over the backside of Max Shulga and a foul. Free throw is good by Richard. Under 1:40 left to go. Harper drives. Kick out corner. Sharman. Max Shulgo with a 3. Left it short to rebound. Secured by Richard. Minute 20 left to play. Will Richard. Out to the wing. Leon's into the hands of the corner. Number 19 for Golden State. Nate Williams. And Max Shulga picks up the reach and foul. Yeah, Celtics looking pretty good. What's good? We got Renjeff on the stream. Yeah, hopefully big things to come there for the Patriots. Big pickup. Yeah, big pickup getting Romeo. Yeah, they let go of Diggs, so they needed like a big-time wideout for their team. A good pickup they got. 21-point lead down to the final minute left to play. Max Shulga inside the key. Shovel pass down low. No good off the mark. Missed the shots for the Celtics. Or they're actually gonna get credit for the bucket. Golden State came in over the cylinder, tipped it off the glass, resulting in a goaltend. So Boston will get credit for this basket. And that is Charles Bassey, number 99, who scores for Boston. Western Kentucky? I think that's where he played college hoops. Yeah, Western Kentucky. 6'10", out of Western Kentucky. 53rd pick of the second round in 2021 for Charles Bassey, former Philadelphia 76er. This is his first ever basket as a Celtic. So first ever basket resulted in a goaltend violation by Golden State. So Charles Bassey, welcome to the Celtics with his first ever bucket as a Celtic. Pat Spencer at the line. First one's good. Let's see. Charles Bassey, playing career. Start off with Philadelphia 2021-22. San Antonio for 3 seasons. And then Memphis last year. Spent time at Philly, and now this year he's with the Celtics. This is actually his third team this season for him. So he started off at Memphis to begin the season, then Philly played a game, and now in Boston for Charles Bassey. Dump off down low. Golden State will circle around with Will Richard. 15 in the timer. Pat Spencer. Bounce pass underneath. Couple up fakes. Back out to the top. Richard accelerates inside the key. A kick out corner. Spencer on the 3 off the rim. No good. Tipped up by Bassey. Battle for the rebound on the bounds. Last off. Golden State. Celtics will have the ball. And the Celtics should be able to dribble out this clock for this game to go final. Took care of business tonight. 3rd straight win in a row. 3rd straight home game in a row as the Celtics close out their 3-game home trip, all with victories. And this time, they pick up a 21-point win over Dub Nation. And the Golden State Warriors, the Celtics sweep Golden State in the regular season. Boston picks up the win, 120-99, the final score. Thanks all for joining in tonight on this one. I'll be back tomorrow. 2 streams tomorrow. If you like college basketball, make sure to join in at 1:30 p.m. Louisville takes on South Florida for the first round of the NCAA tournament. And then I'll have BYU against Texas later tomorrow night at 7:25 p.m. So feel free to join in. Unfortunately, I will not be streaming the Celtics on Friday. Instead, I'll be streaming UCLA against UCF going on at the same time. So feel free to join in for that one. March Madness takes center stage throughout the month of March into April, so hoping to cover more March Madness streams instead of the NBA for the next couple weeks. And NBA can take a backseat until like Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday or so for NBA, but not on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, as NBA takes a backseat to college basketball. Feel free to join in tomorrow. First round of the NCAA tournament begins, and if you haven't already done so, make sure to fill the bracket for this year's Behind Your Basketball Bracket Challenge Group. Those brackets about to become locked, and And well under 24 hours from now, they will lock around 12:15 p.m. or 12:10 p.m. right before the opening tip between Ohio State TCU tomorrow just after noontime. So make sure to pick out your teams. Join the Bracket Challenge group if you guys would like, and fill out your brackets. Be a part of this year's Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge group. Celtics dominant win, 120-99 the final score. Jaylen Brown put on a clinic tonight, 32 points in 35 minutes, perfect. 9 for 9 at the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals on 11 for 21 shooting from the floor by Brown. Jason Tatum finished with 24 points in 31 minutes, 10 rebounds on a double-double night for JT. He went season high 5 for 11 from 3, 7 for 15 from the floor, starting to get his efficiency back for Jason Tatum. That's a huge sign to make the Celtics a dangerous team, a deep run in the playoffs next month. 19 by Pritchard, he drilled 3 threes. 15 by Garza off the bench with 7 boards. Derek White finished with 11. Celtics looking really good. Tough late stretch of the season for Golden State. Injury bug hurting this team. It is looking like they're probably going to be a 9 or a 10 seed in that play-in game for the single game elimination play-in a month from now for them. Without Steph Curry tonight, their leading scorer had just 14 off the bench. Pat Spencer and Gary Payton II each with 14. And Golden State really struggling as of late, as they're 33-36 and 14-21 on the road. Celtics pick up their 46th victory of the season, 24-10 overall, 46-23 for Boston right now. Celtics are cruising, 120-99 the final score, and we'll close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason, John, Michael Bradley, Joe, Lonely Satellite, Warren, the Nija Player, Norma Kelly, Ogie, Russell, Rydog, Asher's Fan for Life, all on the prowl. I'm Ghost, Ian, Edith, and SGA Sports Talk. Thanks all for joining in tonight. Celtics pick up the win. They win big, 120-99 the final score. Thanks for joining in, everybody, and hope to see you guys soon for college basketball streams coming up. Starting off tomorrow, and feel free to catch me soon. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night, everybody.